Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, as we are about to start, I would just like to mention that this workshop, it's going to be short. In other words, we are all familiar with the basics of fasting. It is more to hear your questions, contemporary issues, so all of these can be clarified, inshallah, to the best of my ability. Hopefully at the end of the discussion, inshallah. Great, thank you. Anybody else would like a copy? Whoever would like a copy, inshallah, we have copies. I have one more copy, but I'll make more copies, inshallah. I just have one more, yeah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillahi wa kafa, wa salamun ala ibadihi alladhina istafa, wa sallallahu ta'ala ala khayri khalqihi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. My dear respected brothers, sisters in Islam, fasting, as we all know, it comes from the word, Ramadan, which means the month of fasting. It comes from the word, as I mentioned this morning, Ra, Mim, and Dad. And Ramadan, fasting in Ramadan, fasting means in the Arabic language, it is translated as Sawm. Sawm in Arabic language means imsak, al-imsak, which means to restrain. So in literal Arabic terminology, Ramadan means in ishtadda harru jawfil insan, where the throat undergoes a series of thirst throughout the day from the break of dawn until sunset. Scholars like Imam Qurtubi mentioned that the actual meaning of it is إِنَّمَا سُمِيَ رَمَضَانَ لِأَنَّهُ يَرْمِدُ الذُّنُوبِ, that it is a means of cleansing away your sins. It burns away your sins. يُحَرِّكُهُ. And so when you understand that, fasting basically is what? It is to stay away from food, drink, and having intimacy with your spouse. This is the basic definition of the word in itself. And so if you look in your paper, you will see that fasting, they are of 8 categories. The first type of fasting is fard mu'ayyan, and this is the fasting which a person does in the month of Ramadan. You don't have a choice except for a few exceptions. Secondly, you have fard ghayru mu'ayyan, the duty upon one to keep the qaza, fasting, that he has missed in the month of Ramadan after the month of Ramadan. And then you have wajib mu'ayyan. Wajib mu'ayyan, it is when a person vowed to keep a fast on a specific day for the sake of Allah, in that if I pass my exam, or I'm being gifted a position, or I have an elevation in my job, I'll fast. And then you had number 4, wajib ghayru mu'ayyan. Wajib ghayru mu'ayyan is where you make a vow or a pledge to keep the fast, and you didn't fix a date. You didn't fix a specific date or time. And this is where, the optional fasting comes into play. And then you have the sunnah, and those are fasting which the Prophet ﷺ kept, and he encouraged others to keep. Example, fasting on the 9th and 10th of Muharram, the 9th of Dhul Hijjah, etc. And then you have mustahab fasting, which is all the types of fasting besides the fard, the wajib, and the sunnah are all mustahab. For example, fasting on Mondays and Thursdays, very encouraged. Then you have makruh, disliked, but not haram. But it is disliked to an extent, because you shouldn't make it a practice which is habitual. And these are fasting only on the 9th or the 10th of Muharram, and likewise you maintain one type of fasting like that, and you habitually do it. But of course it is not completely forbidden, it's just makruh. And then you have haram. It is haram and forbidden to fast on 5 days during the year, and these are Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Adha, and the 3 days that you have for the period of Qurbani, for doing your slaughtering. And so we move on to the niyyah or intention. The niyyah or intention of fasting is necessary. If a person stays away from all those things that breaks one's fast without the niyyah, then the fasting will be void of it being, it will not be valid to the extent that the person did not make an intention. Secondly, it is not necessary to express the niyyah or the intention verbally. So you do not have to say the niyyah out aloud. You can basically formulate a niyyah within your heart. Oh Allah, I intend to fast. The fasting of Ramadan for your pleasure. Please accept it from me. You can basically do this. And so sometimes scholars mention it is also better to verbalize it in such a way you don't say it out too loud, but you say it out in a way in which you yourself can hear it. And then you have the niyyah which has been made. I shared with you in your page the dua for starting the fast. Allahumma asumu ghadan laka fayassirhu li wa taqabbalu minni. Oh Allah, I am intending to fast for your pleasure, so make it easy for me and accept it from me. This is just one of the many supplications that I share with you. However, if you know something that is shorter, there's so many other intentions which are being made. You can be able to formulate them and say them. I've also shared with you the dua for breaking the fast. And one such dua of the Prophet ﷺ is ذهب الظمأ وبتلت العروق وثبت الأجر إن شاء الله. That the thirst has gone, the veins are quenched, and the rewards are confirmed, if Allah wills. Anybody have any questions up to there? No? Okay. And then I also share with you a second one, which some of you may know. Allahumma, yeah. Yes. Yes. Mm. So the day basically starts from the from the sunset. So once the sun sets, basically the day comes into play. So you have from that time all the way to, most scholars mention, before zawal, which is the midday portion, to make an intention. But it's always good today, not tomorrow. Yes. But most scholars, they mention the reason why ghadan is used in our lexical understanding of the Arabic word itself. Many people, yes. But initially, the day starts from after the sun sets. I also shared with you another one, which is Allahumma laka sumtu Allahumma laka sumtu, and there is also a mention wa bika amantu wa alayka tawakkaltu wa ala rizqika aftart. But I share with you a very short one so that you can memorize it. Basically what it means: oh Allah, I have fasted for you, I believe in you, I have put my trust in you, and with your rizq and sustenance I break my fast. Moving on to the mustahabs in fasting. What are some of the things that are desirable to do while fasting? Number one, it is desirable to partake in sahri, which is the meal before the break of dawn. And here we have basically two dawns, subhi sadiq and subhul kadhib, which is the true dawn and the false dawn. And so you have up to the true dawn, the time when it actually steps in, the break of dawn, to partake in sahri. But it is mentioned that you shouldn't allow the time to draw so near that sometimes you are caught up in the time when the break of dawn happens, and then your fasting is nullified. So it's always good to leave a few minutes before. Although the Prophet ﷺ, he said and he encouraged to hasten to break the fast and to delay the sahri. But a person should not make it such that you delay it to the last few minutes or seconds before the time of dawn. Secondly, to delay the sahri up to a little before subhi sadiq. We explained that. To break the fast immediately after sunset. Of course, the tartib of the masjid is that after the adhan they would usually break the fast. Break the fast and then, okay. So this is the ada and the custom of the community, which is acceptable. Number 4, to break one's fast with dry or fresh dates if available. If dates are not available, then with water. So inshallah, I think our masjid will be very equipped with dates and water. So we're very blessed to break the fast with these. However, if you have other stuff that you want to break your fast with, then it's also permissible. But these are just the mustahab, recommended things to do while fasting. Number 5, to make a niyyah at night. So here is where the question is being answered. It is mustahab to make the niyyah from the night before. so that the intention is formulated. Why? Because it's the type of fasting which is mu'ayyan. It is specific. There is no doubt about it. And every person that is being made compulsory upon, who are sane, they are mukallaf, they are baligh, and they are not exempted from fasting, which means they are muqim, they have the ability and they have the health to fast. Right? So all of these type of categories, as long as you fall within this category, then it applies. Moving on to the things which are makruh and things which are disliked to do while fasting. Number one, to chew gum. It is not like to chew gum, because why? It's containing so many types of ingredients, and sometimes it becomes mixed with the saliva and then it goes into the stomach. So you have gum, rubber, plastic items, and any such materials, because fasting is sacred. And when you do these things, you're breaking the sanctity and the sacredness of the fast. Number two, to taste any article of food or drink and spit it out. So a person should not just pick up something, your wife or your mom or somebody makes something nice at home, and then you take it, you just want to bite it to see if it's okay, and then you spit it out. No. And we're going to mention about the wife as well, tasting the food, but we'll come to that very shortly. Number three, to collect one's saliva in the mouth and then swallow it, trying to quench the thirst. So a person should not become so lackadaisical in the sense that he's just accumulating all the saliva and then he makes one swallow. It's not good to do that. Number four, to delay a bath that becomes fard knowingly until subhi sadiq. And this is for all of those males especially. If you have a wet dream or you experience some liquid present on your body, and as I mentioned in one of the fajr, there is madhi, mani, and wadhi. And this basically is, madhi is the liquid that you see. It is as a result of a person being excited. Or sometimes you have a dream, and then when you wake up, you see the effects of it on your clothing or your body. This is mazi. And then you have wadhi. Wadhi is basically when you finish urinating, you usually realize that there is a few drops of liquid that comes after that. It's not mixed with it's not your urine, it's a different substance. That's wazi. And then you have mani, which is the liquid which comes out as a result of a person achieving orgasm, ejaculation. So two of these things require wudu, and then one of this requires ghusl. Mani, which as a result of orgasm and ejaculation, it requires ghusl. Now a person who experiences this when he's asleep, he knows he has to make ghusl. So he delays it and he delays it, and then Fajr time comes in and then he wants to rush and take a bath. No, you should try to do it early so that you can set time aside for Sahri, and then you have to come to Masjid to perform Fajr Salah. Similarly, these things do not break your fast during the day. If you experience these things, they don't break your fast. They break your wudu, and you have to make back your wudu. So that's basically it. It is also makruh to use paste or tooth powder to cleanse one's teeth, right? But it is permissible to use a miswak. Again, there are differences of opinion. Imam Abu Hanifa mentions it is okay to use the miswak in the morning time and in the evening time, right? Because of the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. The hadith is explicitly clear that the Prophet ﷺ mentions about the usage of miswak as it is a cause of bringing a person closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and his rewards, his salah, all of these things he's being rewarded bountifully. Imam al-Shafi'i, he mentions that it is not permissible to use the miswak after the first half of the day. So after Zuhr Salat, he says it's not good to use the miswak. Why? Because the Prophet ﷺ, he says, لَخَلُوفُ فَمِ الصَّائِمِ أَطْيَبُ عِنَّ اللَّهِ مِنْ رِيحِ الْمِسْكِ. That the mouth of a fasting person is so beloved to Allah more than the scent of musk. So he says that, okay, remain with your scent. But of course, the ikhtilaf and the differences of opinion here is that they're trying to maintain the fragrance of your mouth being a fasting person. But if a person knows that he usually has like bad breath, or he usually has a stench within his mouth, and it might affect people whom he might stand next to and pray, or at the workplace, or he is not comfortable with it, right? Well, then the leeway is given for you to use the toothbrush. Now the question will come, before you ask the question, I'll ask it and I'll tell you. People will ask, about using the toothpaste. And scholars have mentioned that it's permissible to use the toothpaste on account if you know that you will not swallow any liquid from it. But then it's a risk involved. Because while you're trying to freshen your breath, then a few drops of water, if you're not careful, might trickle down into the throat. But however, if you can control that, then it's permissible. But it's makruh, a person should not be involved in that. Number 6, to complain of hunger and thirst. And this is very straightforward. A person should not say, you know what, I'm fasting, I can't be able to do this, this, and this, and he's complaining because he's hungry, he's thirsty. It's not the sanctity of fasting. Fasting is supposed to spiritually boost you. It is not a means by which a person feels as though it's a burden upon him. Right? Number 7, to take water too much up to the nostrils when cleaning the nose. And a person may ask a question, what if we're making ghusl? It's fard in ghusl to gargle the water and to let the water in from the nose. But the exception is given when a person is fasting. If you have to make ghusl when you're fasting, then you don't have to insert the water in your nose all the way up to in your nostrils. You can briefly just put it in and just blow it out. You don't necessarily need to gargle as well. In fasting, the person who makes ghusl, he doesn't have to gargle. Why? Because this is the exception given by most of the scholars. Number 9, to quarrel, argue, use filthy words or indecent words. And again, this is very important. As one of the companions of the Prophet ﷺ, I think was Abdul ibn Mas'ud radiallahu ta'ala, he says, إِذَا صُمْتَ فَلْيَصُمْ سَمْعُكَ وَبَصَرُكَ وَلِسَانُكَ عَنِ الْكَذِبِ وَالْمَعَاصِي. When a person fasts, he should be aware of what his eyes see, his ears listen to, and what his tongue speaks. Abdul ibn Umar radiallahu ta'ala, he says that لَيْسَ الصَّوْمُ عَنِ الطَّعَامِ وَالشَّرَابِ وَحْدَهُ. Fasting is not just staying away from food, drink, and sexual intercourse. But وَلَكِنَّهُ عَنِ الْكَذِبِ وَالْبَاطِلِ وَاللَّغْوِ وَالْحَلْفِ. But it's staying away from using indecent language, swearing, cursing, filthy words, words that are not appropriate, arguing, all of these things not appropriate. And so, number 10, to backbite, to tell a lie, to swear, all of these things are not recommended when a person is fasting. Right? Things that break one's fast. Now, I have divided it in such a way that which requires for you to do qada and which requires for you to do qada and kafara. Right? Although there is differences of opinion, we'll discuss those differences if you have questions. Now, things that break one's fast are of two kinds. Some may make qada only necessary, and whilst others may make qada and kafara necessary. So, moving on to what is kafara. Kafara is to keep one's fast after another for 60 days consecutively. Allah mentions about this in the Holy Quran. However, if a person is unable to fast for 60 consecutive days for a valid reason, example, continuous sickness, or a person has an option of choosing, in choosing one of the following. You can feed 60 poor people to their full for 2 meals, or give 60 poor persons, and you have the calculation which is here. So the calculation is basically 1.6 kg of wheat, and for barley you have 3.15 kg of barley, and then you have 3 3/4 pungs of flour and raisin and all of these things. Roughly estimated in monetary value, which all of us, we are so accustomed today. I think from the last 3 years they have assessed for it to be maybe $10. I think, it is basically fluctuating on a yearly basis. But providing that you can provide a meal for a needy and poor person. So that is kafara. And then you have feeding 60 people, and then you have feed 1 poor person with 2 meals per day for 60 days, and then you have give 60 poor people the amount of measurement which I have stated. It is also mentioned to give one poor person not less than 3.5 pounds of wheat, rice, and food grains. And this is in accordance to the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But moving on to the things that break one's fast, but only you have to make qada. And what are some of these things? Number one, anything put by force into the mouth of a fasting person. So let's say, for example, you're sleeping and your big brother just comes, or somebody just comes and they open your mouth and put something in your mouth forcefully. Your fast is broken as long as you swallow it, but you have to make qada of it, not kafara. Kafara means you're not penalized heavily for it. You just have to make up a day for it. Secondly, water goes down the throat while gargling, and a person is conscious of this while he's fasting. So if you're making ghusl, or a person is just trying to replenish the saliva in his mouth, so he decides to gargle some cold water, and it happens to trickle along in the throat, your fast is nullified. You have to make qada for that. Number three, to vomit a mouthful intentionally or to return the vomit down the throat. Number four, to swallow it unintentionally, a pebble, a piece of paper, an item that is not used as food. Now, vomiting has two different types: voluntarily and involuntarily. Voluntarily means that a person, he contracts to such an extent that it causes him to throw up. He voluntarily does it. He voluntarily vomits. So this will break the fast. And secondly, you have involuntary. Scholars differ with regards to mouthful. So if, for example, one day you eat something and then all of a sudden you feel like to vomit. So if it comes up from the stomach involuntarily, the question is, if it returns back to the stomach involuntarily, even if it is a mouthful or not, it doesn't break the fast. So it comes up, and then with your movement of your muscles, it pushes it back down involuntarily. It doesn't break the fast. But if you voluntarily, it comes up and you didn't spit it out, but you voluntarily swallows it back inside, then it breaks your fast. Same will apply if a person, he intentionally vomits it and then, he puts it back, or whatever he does, it goes back in his stomach, it will break the fast. So that is with regards to vomit. However, if a person is working somewhere and then something enters into his mouth, let's say a fly enters your mouth, or dust particles, whatever it may be, majority of the scholars, they mention it doesn't break your fast. Why? Because you cannot avoid these things from happening. These things, they happen, and you can rarely avoid them. It doesn't break your fast because it's not voluntary. Also, putting oil into the ear. So sometimes some people, they have the habit of putting oil into the ear. It doesn't break the fast, as according to majority of the scholars. Some scholars say it does break the fast because they say there's a passageway linked, according to many of the science research, from the ear to the canal passages leading up to the stomach. Majority says no, you're fine. And most of us, we take that position. Number 7, inhaling stuff into the nostril. And this is something which is very delicate. Now, you might ask the question with incense or bakhur or whatever it may be. A person is fasting, can I inhale these type of things? And many scholars, they mention that it's permissible if a person inhales it. But if you voluntarily go and you're inhaling, you're taking in the smell, then that is prohibited. But if you're in an environment and the bakhur is there, it's lighted and stuff like that, you're smelling it, then it's permissible. But you shouldn't voluntarily do it. This also gives rise to the question of using the asthmatic inhaler for people who are suffering from asthma. And many of the scholars, they have differences of opinion with regards to this. Some of them mention if a person is permanently diagnosed being asthmatic, then the question might be he can use it, but to a certain extent. If he has this problem, you can use it, but it shouldn't be that you're using it often more than what is required. You need to speak to your Muslim health doctor, and he will advise you what's best. However, if this is a temporary issue, then on those days in which he uses the inhaler, it's best to always do qada out of precaution, right? Number 8, swallowing the blood from the gums if the color of the blood is more than the saliva which is mixed. So if a person sees blood in his saliva, if it is dominant over the saliva and you swallow it, then your fast may be nullified. You take precaution in this way if it is dominated. Number 9, to eat or drink forgetfully that one is fasting, and thereafter thinking that the fast is broken, and he eat again. So what happens is that the fast will not break if a person eats something forgetfully or he drinks something forgetfully. There's a hadith where the Prophet ﷺ gives you the allowance if that happens. You continue your fast. But let's say, for example, you don't know of the ruling and you eat something forgetfully and then you think your fast is broken. And then afterwards you grab something and you said, you know what, my fast is broken, let me eat. And then you continue to eat. There is where you have to do qada. Some scholars say it's not light. You have to do kafara as well. But the ruling overwhelmingly is qada. Number 10, to eat and drink after the break of dawn, after subhi sadiq, or to break the fast before sunset due to cloudy skies or a faulty watch, etc., and then realizing you're wrong. So a person, for example, he wakes up and then he's thinking that he still has time to keep the fast, to take the sahri. So he takes water and he takes dates and he eats it and drink. And then when he does realize, he hears the azan has already been called and the time has already passed. Your fast has been nullified and you have to make qada for that. Similarly, if you are about to break your fast, thinking that the sun has set, in actual reality it has not set, then you will have to do qada for that fasting. Right? So this is the general ruling which has been given. Also, any other than the fast of Ramadan, the ruling applies. It changes variably, but the majority of the general ruling still applies. Moving on, things that make qada and the kafara wajib. Any questions? Yes. 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 So if with pregnancy, many of the scholars mention that this person is temporarily excused from fasting. However, the allowance is given if the pregnant woman knows that it will not affect her health or the baby, then she's being given the leeway to fast. But majority of the times, the permission is being granted for her to be temporarily excused from fasting, and she has to make qada for this afterwards. And then similarly for a woman who is breastfeeding, if she's breastfeeding and then she knows that it will affect her baby, her child, production of her breastfeeding the child, then she's temporarily excused. Afterwards, she'll have to make qada for it. Similarly is the case for a person who is going through postnatal bleeding after giving birth. If she knows that it will affect her, then it is best for her to not fast and to keep the fast afterwards. So moving on to the things that make both qada and kafara wajib. Eating, drinking, breaking the fast in any other manner, for example, like smoking, for example. Without a valid reason, you will have to pay kafara and do qada for it as well. Number 3. Number 2, applying, is this printed rightly? Yes, it is. Applying burma into the eye, surma. It's surma. Applying surma into the eye or rubbing oil on the head and then thinking that the fast is broken, and then you eat and drink. Now you have to understand, kafara is only given when you severely does something wrong and your fast is broken. Intentionally you do something. Eating, drinking, intimacy, these 3 things, they lead to kafara. Right? Other things, the ruling is very light and it's only required qada. Right? Number 3, to drink any kind of medicine intentionally. Right? Medication meaning that something that nourishes. The Fiqh books and the Islamic jurisprudence mention that those things which nourishes, yataghadha aw yatadawa bihi, whatever nourishes, replenishes the body, you'll have to pay kafara if you take this type of medications. However, things like injections and so on, the scholars have mentioned that it is permissible to use. IV drops, for example, these things are permissible to use. You have a cut and then you apply a medication over the cut. that is also permissible, provided that, a person does not take in the medicine. Some people, they have diabetes, they have all these types of complaints, type 2 diabetes, all of these things. You have to consult with your Muslim doctor. But most of the time, the scholars, they mention if it is possible for you to take the medication at the beginning before you start fasting, then that is also preferable. If your doctor advises you otherwise, then there's an exception. Now we are going to speak about things that do not break the fast. And I think I mentioned a few of it. But eating and drinking unintentionally doesn't break the fast. A fly, a mosquito, or any object enters your throat unintentionally doesn't break the fast. Water entering the ear doesn't break the fast. Dust or any particle that as a result of the molecules, what is flying in the ear, flies into your mouth, you swallow it unintentionally, doesn't break the fast. Taking an injection, as we mentioned, applying surma or kuhul into the eyes doesn't break the fast. Taking a bath to keep yourself cool doesn't break the fast, although it is, sometimes makruh to do this, on certain circumstances. Rubbing oil on the body or the hair, it doesn't break the fast. To vomit unintentionally doesn't break the fast. To apply itir or perfume doesn't break the fast. Brushing the teeth without toothpaste doesn't break the fast. So all of these things, and you have more, but these are just a few to avoid it being lengthy. Some people which are exempted from fasting now. You have the first category, sick people, when their health is likely to be badly affected by fasting. So a person who knows he has diabetes, he has kidney stones, you have people who have a disease whereby they sweat so profusely, their doctor encourages them to drink a lot of water. Some of the cases will require them to drink a lot of water before suhoor time, and that's an option. But if they have to continuously drink water, then it becomes a case whereby you will have to take an advice from your doctor and do qada for it afterwards if you think that you will be able to recover from that sickness. Right? A musafir, a person who is traveling. A person who is traveling and undertaking a journey, then he has the leeway and the allocation is there for him not to fast. However, if a person chooses to fast on his journey, then وَأَن تَصُومُوا خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ, by all means you can fast. The perimeter, the laws with regards to traveling, if you may, there are certain conditions for traveling. However, many of the scholars, they mention that if a person travels mid-morning or he undertakes a journey after the first half of the day, let's say for example, you was in a state of fasting and then you intend to travel, they mention that it is best to do qada. Because why? Your intention at the beginning portion of the day was not to intend to travel. Many scholars have differences of opinion, but this is just the majority of the opinion. Also, if it is feared that the hunger or thirst will lead to death, then these are all people who are exempted. It is wajib to keep the qada of a nafil fast that you have broken, and this is outside of Ramadan. Now the fidya, I think fidya is the last topic we'll complete, and then inshallah we'll touch on sadaqatul fitr, and that's basically it. Do you have any questions? So yeah. Yeah. Yes. So people who are excused and they have to give fidya, it's basically, yeah. Mm-hmm. So let's say, for example, you have a permanent illness, you're sick, then you have to pay fidya, of course. You don't have to fast. You don't have to make it up. However, if a person has sickness and he knows that he will get better soon, then of course he will have to make qada of it. But if you have a sickness, terminal illness, and you know that you cannot recover, you fear death, you fear that your sickness might worsen, it's deferred, yes. But because of the use of the word in, alhamdulillah, yes. Alright, so let me explain it back one more time and I'll try my best to very simplify it. So, excuse meaning that a person, it is of two categories. As Brother Abdul mentioned, deferral and if you're completely excused. Deferral are those people who in the month of Ramadan, you have a sickness. And the sickness came upon you, for example, excuse meaning breastfeeding. pregnancy, postnatal. A person has a certain type of illness. His doctor advised him that at this time you cannot fast. D4, whereby he is excused from fasting, but he knows that he will recover sometime. And he knows there is a possibility in which the sickness might go away and he will regain his strength and he will be able to fast. In that situation, it has been deferred. Then you have some people, they have illness which the doctor tell them that this will not be cured. You know, for example, you have certain stomach problems, you have diabetes, you have people suffering from some heart problems and they have to take medications. These type of illnesses which do not have the possibility of cure, then these people are excused and the fidya has been applicable. Right? This is the basic definition. However, a person cannot justifiably use the fidya to say, okay, I'm temporarily sick, I can pay fidya. Fidya is only reserved for a person who knows that they cannot be able to fast and they cannot be able to regain their strength. A question may arise, what if I die and I have some fasting outstanding? Now, this is where a will comes into importance. You leave a will, or the family knows about your days that you have missed. If not, the family can be able to feed on your, to pay the fidya on your behalf. And this is why a will is so important to have. Salat is a whole different case, you don't have to, but fasting, yes. Because salat, the scholars, they mention, it is something which is la mumkin, and it is not possible. But fasting, yes, of course. The family who is the wali, the guardian, or somebody who is in charge of your will, knowing the situation, they can be able to facilitate it on your behalf. Now, the fidya is being given to, one second. Okay, so the fidya is being given to the Shaykh al-Fani. The Shaykh al-Fani means he has a terminal illness or he has a sickness where he will not be able to recover. And the scholars, they have mentioned that the calculation which is given, as I mentioned before, 3.15 pounds of wheat, barley, 1.6 kg of wheat, and then you have 3 3/4 pounds of raisin or wheat, whatever it may be. But monetarily, people don't usually, as their customary food, they don't use wheat and barley and greens. They have monetary value of these things. So you calculate whichever country, district you are. In our country, for example, you calculate it and then you equivalent the value in monetary value and then you pay for that. You pay, you give it to the person, poor and needy miskina. Now, scholars may differ with regards to non-Muslims and Muslims. The preference is to give it to Muslims, poor and needy. People might ask, should we give it to a fasting person? But then the scholars mention, what if the fasting person is well-to-do? What if they're wealthy? It makes no sense giving it to them. You look for a poor, needy person and you feed them and you give them this fidya, right? Basically, this is what is mentioned. Is there any question? Anyone have any questions? I have so many other things there you can read. Yeah. Yes, people who are not under your direct responsibility. For example, people who are not poor and needy means that they should not be your mom, your dad, your grandparents, your children, because they are directly dependent on you. Fidya has to be given to people who are not directly dependent on you. You can give it to your aunties, your uncles, your cousins, your other people extended from the family. You can give it to them if you want. If they are poor and they are in need, you can give it to them. For example, you have families in Bangladesh and they are not immediately connected to you. You want to send your fidya towards them. It's all permissible. I think the masjid has some allocation for people who want to pay their fidya, Brother Abdul, for people who wants to give this. Yeah, for fidya. Okay, no, this masjid doesn't have it. But there's people whom you may know, poor and needy, and you can give it out to them. I put there also the virtues of Ramadan, virtues of fasting, Laylatul Qadr, i'tikaf. Anybody have any question with regards to i'tikaf? No question. SubhanAllah, I didn't think it would be so easy. I came so prepared. There are some other questions which people may ask. For example, uh, what other questions some people may ask? Yes.
What if you work in a food industry,
Yes.
like a restaurant?
Yes.
Now you're obligated to, you're serving the customer.
Yes. Yes.
Now, are you able to taste the food, not swallowing that, whatever you put in the bite, just tasting for salt?
Okay. So basically, let me start with the wife first. So for example, the wife is at home and she knows she has to taste the food. Now scholars have mentioned that if she has an angry husband, knowing that he will become angry if she cooks with a certain amount of salt, then it's permissible for her to taste and then she spits it out. But if she knows that she doesn't have a high-tempered husband and he's okay if the salt is a little bit too much or he doesn't mind, then it's okay. She doesn't have to. Working in a restaurant, predominantly in restaurants, especially in our country, you might have people who are not Muslims, who are not fasting. So you can allow them to taste and they will give you the feedback. They can be able to say, okay, well, normally this food has a certain taste. It still continues to be this way, it's fine. You only find a certain leeway given to cooks and chefs if they know that, there's no other alternative. But basically, it's not best to do that because by the time you finish cooking 20 dishes, it means you have to take 20 tasting. So it's not really recommended. The best thing is to always find an alternative. People might ask with regards to drops. Say, you have these IV drops, you have to take injections, you have to take whatever it may be. Scholars mention there is no direct linkage to the stomach, it's all fine and permissible. People might ask in the month of Ramadan, witr salah. If a person doesn't perform his witr salat in Jamaat, why is witr salat being pronounced in Jamaat? In the time of Umar radiallahu ta'ala, and this was being the customary practice. However, if a person wants to perform his tahajjud and then after 8 rakat, for example, you want to go home, you should perform your witr salat. You should not forego that. After performing your tahajjud salat, if you know that you will wake up for that period of time, delay it until after your tahajjud salat, you perform your witr salat. That is all fine. Sadaqatul Fitr, for example, this is something which has to be paid on the day of Eid itself. But coming down to that period of time, I think, we'll give you more briefings with regards to Sadaqatul Fitr. But as of now, with regards to the fasting, anyone have any other questions? No other questions? Subhanallah. All right, Jazakumullah khalas. May Allah continue to elevate us and increase us in knowledge. May Allah bless us and bless our community and allow us to have a very beautiful, wonderful and prosperous Ramadan. وآخر دعوانا والحمد لله رب العالمين سبحانك اللهم بحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Yes, just before I finish, just for the purpose of the live stream, and if there are sisters upstairs, if a sister is fasting during the day and then she realizes her menstrual cycle comes on, then immediately she has to terminate the fasting. She has to break the fast. And then for the rest of the day, she will be in a state without fasting, and then she will have to do qada of it afterwards. Now let's say in the month of Ramadan, if on the 25th night, the 25th day, the 26th, the 27th, whatever it is, if she's just going throughout the day and then she realized by 2 o'clock her menstrual cycle stops, or if it stops during the day at any time, then it's best to always refrain from the rest of the day without eating or drinking for the purpose of the timing. But scholars mention they can be able to eat and drink for those who are capable, but generally the ruling is being given. So just for the women who their menstrual cycle fluctuates. Just to mention also that if a woman has her menstrual cycle for more than 10 days in the month of Ramadan, after the 10 days, then it becomes istihada, abnormal bleeding. So for every salah, she has to wash herself and perform the salah. Similarly, if she wakes up she will have to wash herself and continue the fasting. This doesn't break the fast as long as it's after 10 days of bleeding.